Phoenix Squadron, form up and focus fire.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We have a solo commentary game here. This is Nate. I'll be commentating my game, Cad Bane Green versus a Quinlan Tarkin Town. So that's me on the right, and that's Luis on the left on the Quinlan. And going into this matchup, just thinking about the hand hate. Don't really have anything against it as of right now. I'm kind of just a YOLO player, so you're just gonna go try in, see how game one goes, and try to play the deck how I play it without really, thinking about what my opponent's trying to do. Focus on my curve and whatnot and see how that works out. So let's go ahead and get started with the game. He takes initiative, and we're starting the game off here. It looks like he did pass. I do get to get the Bazine. Apologies for the glare we have here. Taking the A-Wing. I just want to stop the turn one play. He could ping with that also. And Tarkin Town, but I don't think the Bazine's a good Tarkin Town target. And he gets the draw from that. I do see that he still has the turn one play there. It does dodge the Quinlan ping, so I'm happy about that. I'm able to claim initiative, and we go next. So at this point, one of the lines I like to do in this Cad Green, just Cad in general, is the McClunky line here. So pay 1, bounce the Bazine back to hand, do 3 damage there. No Cad ping because no unit on board, but looking for just another play here from my opponent, and then I'll re-Bazine to get the ping value and the card snipe, the hand hate here. So replay the Bazine, get the ping on the Falcon, and I see Elite, Ezra, and Akira. Let's see what I go for here. Looks like I sniped Akira. Again, I think that's just kind of one way of stopping the hand hate. I think going into the next turn, I know I have a chance at 4-lom, so that takes care of the Ezra. Only concern right now is the Falcon in space. That's kind of the one weakness I have in the Cad deck. Not one weakness, one of the weaknesses I feel in the Cad deck is definitely just one of those space can really run away there. I do have the 2/4 contracted jump master, Sentinel in space, but those get dealt with pretty quickly and with no answer to the space unit. Kind of just things living in space. They're able to soak the damage on their big unit, especially if it's piloted. There was some confusion here, actually. I think in last turn, I think he claimed outright. I should have rewatched it, remembering this moment here, but we're trying to figure out if he swung the Falcon. I think he just played it and claimed, and no swing on the Falcon. I think what we determined is for him to have initiative here, he would have not been able to swing with the Falcon here. So I do think I take back this 3 damage. So I think only damage on me should just be the initial, this recent Falcon swing we have. So put that back to 3, and we're good to go. So bring out the super laser tech. In a world he pings that. That's great. I'm looking for ground units, so I can suicide that super laser tech. And we got 3 resources left on the Quinlan player here. Tarkin Town is still up. He does play the Ezra. Again, I think I do have the... I'm looking for a 4-lom or this round, because I kind of saw that in hand last turn. I think also a Bosk ambush does it here, but again, I was looking for a super laser tech target here anyway, so hopefully I'm able to get the kill and ramp from that. But still, it would be nice to clear the Ezra. Ezra can get a lot of value with the card draw, playing the card off the top of the deck. So looks like that's what I do. Now I'm in Cad Bane territory. Quinlan also flips his turn. You see the Ezra swing here, bringing me to 6. He's still got that Falcon, able to smack me. He does discard the Plo Koon. That was my play here, it looks like. Yeah, so killing the Super Laser Tech was also a big one for me. I wanted to get this now there too. At 5 resources, we can get the Cad Bane unit out there, so I'm able to gobble up the Ezra and the Falcon. And also Cad Bane is coming out to flip here to do 4 damage also. So no damage on base currently, but cleaning up that board state to get a healthy board state feels pretty good right now. So we do see a leet. I was mentioning here, we kind of rarely ever see the recapture or the save mechanic done there. You usually see the shield, but that's one use case where the leet actually is gonna get the unit back there. So he gets his Falcon back, and then we see a bamboozle to tap Cad Bane. Quinlan comes out. No resources here on the Quinlan player, so we should just see a swing. I think he's deciding if he wants to try and clear some units. So he goes 3 into Cad leader. Cad's got a lot of health there at 8 health, so I'm pretty okay with that. So going into resource 7. Really fun time for Cad at resource 7. You have the Cad unit and Maul to play with there. Maul would be awesome here because I can just kill my Pazine and get a fresh Maul. I do get an OB for 9. So that's a great way to clean up the board. I'm able to take out the Quinlan and the Millennium Falcon. I'm surely I did. Yeah. And now I'm swinging for 9 on the Cad Bane, unless taken care of. So let's see what answers he has for the Cad Bane. It's a 9/9 on board. I have no damage on base, but board state's looking good. This is kind of where internally I want to turn the corner. Maybe stop controlling so much and just start stepping on the gas here. This is where I want to see blasters. I don't play any pumps. Surprise strikes might be something I consider just to step on the gas a little bit. Big concern is the Sabines. There's something I need to do to race a little bit with the Sabine because sometimes it's a little too quick. So we get a spark here. Not great spark targets. The resupply is already kind of something that I don't need. I'm able to swing 9 into base here. So kind of low value spark there. And this is looking pretty good on my end. And it's got Cad out. Unit and leader. We see a hot shot. That's going to swing up to 4. Yep. So he goes 4 into the Cad Bane unit. I'm going to go 4 to base here with the Tarkin Town base here. I'm also looking pretty good. 25 when I've got my big units out there is pretty easy to chew through. I'm contemplating if he claims here, if it's value getting the cartel spacer out or you're hitting with the 1 damage. Hitting with the 1 damage, probably not. I think I do want to get value in here. He does Tarkin. Yeah, he does Tarkin the Cad Bane. Gets his Ezra back. And then when the OB falls off, that's going to kill the Cad unit there. Again, still got Cad Bane leader on board. Checking what's in the smuggle row here. Again, those blasters and everything. In my mind, I'm just thinking, all right, how can I step on the gas and close this game out? I think I do have 2 blasters in the row there. I'm maybe telegraphing a little bit, but putting out my resources as if I want to play some. Maybe I realize that, fix my resources. So I did claim initiative here. Looks like that's what I'm going to do first action here. Just get some damage on Cad Bane, swinging 6 to base. With 3 damage on Cad Bane. We do need some kind of pump from Ezra to kill, so he does get the blaster. And he's going to kill the Cad Bane. We're going to trade off there. So, hate to play blaster when it gets eaten up pretty quickly. So, he was able, he used his blaster also, so I'm not too heartbroken about that. I blaster up my Bazine here and just trying to push as much damage as possible through the base. So, got him through away. He's got to kill Bazine. It looks like he does claim. He needs to look for an answer for Sabine. Waylay. Han. Does it? But I'm sitting at 6, so I'm, again, feeling pretty good here. Yeah, I know he's searching for answers, so I think in my mind I'm trying to just think, how can I swarm out the board a little bit? This is another great line from Cad Bane here. I'm going to be able to play... I see the maul in hand. So what's going on here is I'm going to maul in. Hit the Cad Bane trigger first. And that's going to take him to 23. I actually missed the Cad Bane trigger first, but yeah, so I should have took him to 24. So take the extra damage on the Han units, his only unit on board, and then get over good with that overwhelm damage in there. So feeling pretty comfortable again. Clear board state, 6 to 24. Tarkin Town, kind of just hanging on by a needle here. I know he doesn't have any kind of AoE kill here, so I think my real play is to go super wide. So we get a Crafty Smuggler here. I think I have a bunch of low-cost cards in my hand. I'm just going to swarm out, and hopefully he can't take care of everything here. So ping the shield off from the Cad Bane trigger. That Crafty alone does it, but let's see what other answers he has. So we see the Ezra come out, and again at this point with 2 units on board, he's got a 2-for-1 somehow. So we do see the Force throw. Ezra is a Force unit there. Again, I've got pretty cheap units on board, so I throw out a 2-cost city sit on. Put it on the contracted jump master. And again, he's got to clear 2 units here still. I still got the Crafty to put on ground too. But looks like he just scoops it up there. Didn't draw the answers he needed. And we're in game 2. So yeah, in that game, just getting a lot of value. Now there are 2 into the Cad Bane pretty early is pretty good. Having 1 unit at 5 resources feels bad sometimes, but if I got a cat in hand with the now there are 2, that's a fancy line I can play. Now there are 2 feels okay against some of these yellow decks. Just when they waylay and whatnot, it feels pretty bad. As for sideboard, I think I do end up taking the now there are 2s out. Tough decision there because it seems like that kind of just won me the game almost. But, expecting more control, tap downs and whatnot coming from yellow bamboozles. So I do start taking out the now there are 2. And then I've seen Quinlan's go pretty quick sometimes, so an easy resource or an easy sideboard out for me is sometimes the ramp cards there. Sometimes there's times where if I do ramp, I feel like I'd get put behind a little bit. Coming in, I'm putting in some Palp's Return. This is a famously hand-hate deck here, so anything he throws in my bin, I can just scoop back up with Palp's Return. And then I think just some waylays for something like the Falcon that if I wasn't able to deal with it, it gets big with something. I can waylay it. Any threats I just can't really worry about. I'm pretty spicy with the kind of control there. I think because I'm comfortable with the Relentless Pursuits, Cad Bane unit type of stuff. I'm actually running no waylays in the main board. So I do see myself sideboarding in the waylays almost every game, which typically should mean maybe I put those in the main. But it's been working out. Chewie's just been a big issue with waylays, and when they get their leader flips onto units and stuff, that's when unwaylayable type of deal there. So yeah, in this matchup, again, just brought it in again just for something I can't deal with. If I can get that Falcon out quickly before it gets piloted by no Chewie in this matchup, but piloted by anything. But looks like I'm gonna have to go for a mulligan here. Quinlan will also go for a mulligan. He gave me initiative, so I think as the Quinlan player, you definitely want to do that to get the ping Tarkin Town. I think we're discussing here just maybe in my mind. Sabine is always good. Bazine is always good just to get the hand hate there. Feels bad when I try to snipe their play and then just draw a play or draw something better. Crafty's also good because it does ping the shield, and Crafty's not able to get Tarkined, so that kind of slows him down just a little bit. And again, seeing more lines from the Cad Bane deck, it's super fun. I've been really enjoying it. Gonna practice it pretty hard for PQs, starting to think about what tweaks. I'm still just kind of getting a feel for the deck in these weeklies, and yeah, hopefully taking notes and learning to see what kind of tweaks I want to make it my own list, and hopefully stronger and kind of fit the meta that we see here in the Valley. And looks like we're resourced up going into game 2. Again, here, first play, I'm looking for a Crafty or a Bazine. Bazine to stop their play, and Crafty just I know it's a safe drop. I think some of the discussion there was if I pass. Luckily, I didn't. Doesn't look like Quinlan had a turn 1 play. You always take that risk when you mulligan, but it kind of feels bad. So, feeling pretty good. I'm going to be able to get in with the Crafty here, and hopefully play something that I can ping off of also. So here we go. Pace 3 for Cassian Raw. I'm going to go to the base. And it looks like I play a Cartel Spacer. Try to get the ping on the Cassian there. So no value on a tap down, but just trying to get units out, go wide. Lane dodge there a little bit. This Cassian is a problem. It's got 5 health there, so no real clean answer. Ideally, I think I want to play something, get the ping on the Cassian before he plays something else, and then swing the Crafty into it. That still doesn't do it, actually, so Yeah. Maybe I just keep going base. Aggro brain. If you can't kill it, just keep going. So blaster on Cassian. Pretty huge here. He goes, should be 5 to base. Yep. Now I really want to try to get that Cassian off the board. So I go 2 into it. Pop my shield. And we're going to get a force throw here. No force unit, so just a hand hate there. I think I clarify that. So I do pitch a cartel smuggler. Didn't need him. Go to the base. Looks like I don't have much other plays in hand, so I'm going to have to resupply here. I was just talking about how ramp feels bad. Just because obviously I'd want to control that Cassian. Get it off the board with a 4-lom in that case. But at least now we're at 6 resources here. For me, that opens up Cad Bane. 6 is pretty empty in my deck. I can't even off the top of my head think of what I'm really want to play at 6. So we see Akira. He gets to snipe the hand. I've got a Maul, a Cad Bane, and a Jump Master here. Really, the only thing I can play on this turn is the Jump Master, but he's going to call the Cad. Kira kind of feels bad there because I'm out of reach of playing the Cad Bane, and if I can just deal with the Kira, then it's kind of just a no-value Kira. I do trade the Crafty to kill that Cassian. We see the Quinlan flip here. I'm going to Cad flip. That does activate the 2 damage now from the Underworld unit. So he swings Quinlan into Cad. I play the Jump Master again to get that 2 ping. Cad Bane trigger. Let's see where he puts it. So again, Cad Bane with raid 2 is going to swing for 4. So putting it on Quinlan, we'll put it in kill range, and putting on the Kira will also put it on kill range. So he does put it on Quinlan, and I think having 8 health, I'm more concerned about getting the Quinlan off the board than I am pushing damage too much. Especially now in hand, since I have the Cad Bane and the Maul. Basically, the next turn, I'm thinking I can Maul into the Kira, free up my Cad Bane, tax there, and then play the Cad Bane. Also pretty nice, I have my Cartel Spacer and my contracted Jump Master out there, so I can get a pretty fresh Maul if I redirect the Underworld damage there. This is a pretty cheeky play here. I mean, I guess it's not really a play, just a kind of feels bad man for the Quinlan player. So he's going to open up with a Spark. Again, he has the Cad Bane under tax, and then the Maul. I have a Maul and a Palps Return. So even if he does pitch the Maul, I can Palps Return it and play it for free, I think. Or maybe 6 costs. Cheaper. So just a bad, not necessarily a bad spark, but a feels bad spark because it doesn't really hit anything of concern. And here we're probably going to see, I think I'm contemplating if I just swing with Cad Bane first or, yeah, so I Maul in. I'm going to Cad Bane trigger here, so it takes it down to 3. I'm going to Overwhelm for 4. And then I redirect the damage to the contracted Jump Master there. It's going to stay alive with 1 health there. So pretty clean board state here. Cad Bane's going to be swinging for 4. Cartel 6. And 7-8 from the Jump Master there. So he does get so I swing for 4. Oh, that's a shield. That was a blaster. No, gets a shield there. Shield on the elite unit there. And Again, looks like maybe just some either bad draws or no answers in hand. Don't want to see a crafty and a elite this late in the game. So swing with the Jump Master after he claimed. And again, now Cad Bane's freed up. I can gobble up some units. And I'm still swinging big with a fresh maul. Cad Bane there. He does have Inish, so he can clean the Cad Bane pretty easily there. I'm not too worried about that. I think, again, only got 5 on base, so looking pretty healthy here. Yeah, those shielded units are really good. Pretty much going to get something for free, or can get my Cad Bane for free. Looks like we're contemplating maybe some kind of answer to the maul. We're in Han range, so Han would take the maul out pretty easily with no damage back. So we see the Cad Bane kill there from the Crafty Smuggler. Just drops a shield. Pretty good. I'm just trying to push damage here, so 7 to base. And I can't math because that's enough to kill. So I take the game 2-0. And yeah, the Quinlan matchup's pretty good. If they hand hate me, the force throw, I've been seeing some Quinlans play pillage. That feels really bad. I know when I play Annie and they get the force throw and the pillage, and I'm almost top decking there. That feels really hard to come back from. I have to draw the answers, and literally, if they do it early, I'm just not playing the game. Don't have too much smuggle beside a Bazine, so yeah, hand hate really hurts Cad Bane. So force throws, and again, a follow-up pillage would have been nasty, but I think just the sparks and the cure attacks can definitely slow me down, but it's really the pillage because I'm trying to hold. I think in that game most of the time, especially if I now there are 2, I'm already down a card there, so really tough once they start hitting my hand like that. All right, other than that, that's going to be the game for today. Thanks for watching, and hope this solo cast, not as analytical without Ryan on the stream here, but for the most part, just trying to push out a lot of the games and content here. And I knew all the lines because that's me playing the Cad. So have a good one.